Hi, I'm Matt Garrett and thanks for taking the time to watch this short video. I'd like to give you a couple of examples of what can happen when your blog is hacked and the kind of attacks that are happening on a daily basis.
The sheer number of attacks has increased massively over the last 18 months and is only going to continue getting worse. If you haven't been hacked yet, it really is simply a matter of time. In just one attack in March, over 160,000 sites were hacked and used to attack other sites. Now, you may not think your site is valuable to hackers, but to a hacker, every site is a valuable resource for further attacks, spreading malware and information theft. It took one expert 4 minutes to hack the Obamacare site and get access to 70,000 people's records. Recently, even the Certified Ethical Hackers Council site got hacked, and these guys are the experts. It's so bad, they're now looking at legislation. The FTC is talking to Congress about having the power to fine people who let their sites get hacked. It's already starting to happen. In the UK, a site owner has been fined hundreds of thousands of pounds, even though they're a charity. Right now, according to Sophos Security, 73% of WordPress sites are vulnerable to attack. Does that include your site? And now I'm going to show you what hackers do and how you can test whether your site is vulnerable. The examples I'm going to use in this video are over 18 months old simply because this is the last time any of my sites got hacked. They are still targeted every day, but since I've been using Blog Defender, none of my sites have fallen foul of hackers. And let me show you why. Now, this is actually an old site that I set up back in 2009 for my mother, chrisgarrett.co.uk, and she's never actually used it, so there's an introductory post on there and that's it. So it's a very quiet blog, gets practically zero traffic, it's never been used for anything, and yet it's still got hacked. It got targeted and hacked, even though there are no backlinks pointing to it, only one post, etc. Now, when I first found out this was hacked, the only reason I found out was the host told me. Obviously, it's not a blog that I'm regularly keeping an eye on, so I found out through the web hosts themselves who suspended the account. Now, here I am in the cPanel AW stats for the site itself, and we can see here chrisgarrett.co.uk, looking at September 2012. It was September that this happened in. Now, if I scroll up, you can see that generally this site gets very little traffic, 50 to 60 or 70 uniques a month. So it's a very quiet blog. As I say, there's practically nothing on there. And then in September, all of a sudden, the numbers went up massively. And you can see here, 7th, 8th, 9th of September, suddenly they were doing 400 visits a day, 700 visits a day, 300, that would have probably been higher again, except that's when the account got suspended. And if I scroll down, you'll see the days targeted were Friday, Saturday and Sunday, which I suspect may be deliberate, maybe an attempt to catch the webmaster out because they're off for the weekend, not working. Okay, let's scroll down a bit further and have a look at what was actually going on. Okay, here's the important bit, the page's URLs. Here's the code that's been inserted into the blog, and this looks like PP update. In fact, if I scroll down here, I think there's one that actually says PayPal on it somewhere. Can't find it now. I'm sure there's one here that says PayPal. Basically, what this looks like it's being used for is a landing page for a phishing trip to get people to put in their PayPal email address and password to grab that, steal it, and basically hijack their PayPal account. Okay, so you can see how important this is. This site effectively now will have a bad reputation. I'm going to have to put in requests with Google and Yahoo and Bing to get it re-included in the index, because it most likely will have been dropped. In fact, if we went to one of these pages, you'll see what we get is this website has been reported as unsafe. Okay, so I've tried to go to one of those URLs and it's brought up this warning message. In fact, if that's what it looks like in Internet Explorer, this is the version for Firefox. So you can see it's really not a nice screen.
Basically, if, or more likely when, your blog gets hacked, you're going to face a whole bunch of nasty, time-wasting problems. From simply working out what's been done and how to fix it, how to restore your data and get your site back up and running, to the fact that when visitors go to your site, they're going to be faced with one of those nasty warning signs about a potential malicious site, which is going to put them off going through to your site, and of course the potential that you've been delisted from Google and you're no longer getting any traffic from Google whatsoever. And of course, there's that rather unpleasant possibility of getting an email or even a call from your local authorities asking you why your blog is helping criminals defraud people. So by now you can see how important it is to secure your blog today. And yes, Blog Defender will help you do exactly that. So let's take a quick look at how you can check just how secure your blog is right now.
To check things for yourself, you can go to a site like Hacker Target and under the online scanners choose WordPress Scanner, and you'll come up with this page where you can pop in your own domain URL to get an idea of how secure your site is and what information your site is broadcasting that can be used by a hacker to attack you. This example is a basic WordPress setup, and you can see hackers have a bunch of ways in already. They can see which version of WordPress it is, they can see which theme the site is using, as well as the admin username for their brute force attack, and they can also get access to the uploads and plugins folder so they can see what's installed and find potential vulnerabilities to exploit on your site. Why would you let hackers have all this information for free? Here's another example, and this site has been locked down using Blog Defender, and as you can see we've hidden a whole bunch of that information from them. They can't see the WordPress version, they can't see the theme we're using, they can't see the usernames, and they can't see the uploads or plugins folder. Now that's a big improvement.
Blog Defender will also allow you to secure and protect your sites from spammers, hackers, botnets, bad bots, data miners, and all sorts of other nasty scroats who basically want to ruin your business for their benefit. We designed Blog Defender to keep your sites, your business, safe and secure 24/7. And if you deal with local businesses, small businesses, offline businesses, you can use the Blog Defender security plugins to secure your clients' sites and charge for that as a service. So grab Blog Defender today and get your sites locked down and secure before it's too late.